Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, August 8th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 533 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Rudy Giuliani is being investigated by the FBI over a film he was trying to make about the Bidens and Ukraine, report says. World is on the brink of catastrophe, warns government climate chief. Gay Arizona politician arrested, accused of sexual contact with minor. Judge, California utility PG&E must explain role in Dixie Fire, biggest blaze now burning in U.S. Ecuador faces fishing crisis near Galapagos. Arkansas family mourns 11-year-old girl who died from COVID-19. A lone GOP senator is slowing down the Biden infrastructure bill he's already opposed to. Flight cancellation chaos. Video of deputy's drug collapse questioned. Gunman in Galleria Mall shooting remains on the run, HPD says. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Eliud Kipchoge stays king with masterful marathon victory Tokyo Olympics NBC Sports. Jennifer Garner gives her daughters a big hug while picking one up from summer camp in Los Angeles, Daily Mail. Thousands of protesters pack Paris streets in defiance of COVID-19 vaccine passport, our freedoms are dying, Fox News. Kevin Durant is the greatest U.S. men's hoops player ever, New York Post. Vaccine shots give COVID-19 survivors big immune boost, studies show, KSL.com. In public, Cuomo cast himself as an advocate of women. In private, women say he was harassing them at the same time, The Washington Post. The Suicide Squad drops below Wonder Woman as DCEU movie with best RT score, Screen Rant. Trevor Moore, comedian and co-founder of The Widest Kids You Know, dies at 41, Variety. Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions, Saturday's highlights for the 2020 and Centennial classes, ESPN. Senate advances infrastructure bill but lone Republican eager to slow approval to a crawl, Slate. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Texas won't require schools to inform all parents of COVID-19 outbreaks. Trump Department of Justice ally reportedly pushed wild theory China may have used vote hacking thermometers. Barack Obama's scaled-down birthday bash still has a lot of celebrities. Texas Democrats continue holdout, don't show for new session. Vanessa Bryant recreates old photo of daughter Gianna in moving tribute. Senate votes to advance $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Bob Odenkirk gives health update while recovering from heart attack. The pandemic has let Alaskan whales get some peace and quiet. Kool and Gang co-founder Dennis Thomas dies at 70. A biblical catastrophe, wildfires rampage through Greece. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. University to remove Boulder seen as racist symbol. 12-year-old inspires others after tragic loss of mom. Students promote vaccine education in hometowns. First responders welcome ambulance strike teams. Bystander hurt in shooting outside grocery store. Neighbors mourn 5 children killed in fire. Couple mandates vaccines for wedding. Family returns to work Wisconsin State Fair for 66th year. Woman says she lost over $1,000 using card machine. Pediatric patient dies from COVID. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Gareth Hughes, sports producer with a human touch, dies at 41. No, the unvaccinated aren't all just being difficult. Obama birthday party, who's still invited? Diane Whalen on trekking the Trans-Canada Trail. Can the seller of my house promise the furniture to someone else? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Prince William, Kate Middleton share sweet photo of Princess Charlotte. Suspected illegal migrant who tried to escape from Border Patrol agents dies while in custody. Oregon State University develops first ever bipedal robot that can run a 5K. Unruly flyers means passengers must be ready to take action according to one former air marshal. University of Wisconsin-Madison removes massive rock from campus after racism claims. Invisible flesh-eating mites terrorize D.C. residents. Jesse Waters slams Biden for mixed messaging on COVID, the president's confused. Model Bella Davis speaks out in response to Suicide Squad star Joel Kinnaman's accusations of extortion. NBC sees worst-case scenario as Olympics ratings plunge amid woke protests. California Dixie fire torches Gold Rush era town, buildings more than a century old. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, August 8th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Critics slam Obama celeb, field scaled back Martha's Vineyard party as first guests arrive. Poorest Britons are almost 3 times more likely not to have had their COVID jab than the richest. Joe and Jill Biden praise U.S. Olympians in call with team ahead of closing ceremony. Farewell, peroxide Pamela Anderson, Lily James goes back to brunette. Muslim policewoman hailed hero for confronting anti-lockdown protesters tweeted racist messages. Olympic boxing star Nicola Adams, 38, reveals devastating family rift in new Amazon documentary. NASA is seeking individuals to live in 3D printed simulated Mars habitats for 1 year. Coronavirus cases increase for second day in a row, daily cases rise by 9% in a week. Climate Minister Alok Sharma defends his quarantine-free lockdown visits. Sarah Ferguson insists she is 100% certain her ex-husband Prince Andrew is telling the truth. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Olympian bats flight offers climate change clues. Pakistan briefly detains journalists over scandalous talk. Vaccine passes in Europe spur the pandemic's second wave of protests. In Haiti, a clouded assassination probe prompts fears of political crackdowns. Wildfires rampage in Greek forests, cuts large island in half. Bill to restrict internet in Iran could threaten pandemic-era Instagram commerce boom. Canada wants migrants but the pandemic is in the way, so it's looking to keep people already there. In a sudden bout of racial killings, a South African suburb sees a dark history repeating itself. Hezbollah leader vows retaliation for future Israeli attacks. Refugees find more bodies in river separating Tigray, Sudan. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo 2020 Olympics, cycling, boxing and more on final day, live. Neeraj Chopra's javelin gold medal triumph seals India's greatest ever Olympics. Tokyo 2020 Olympics women's basketball final, USA v Japan, live. Texas Democrats still absent as Republicans make third bid to pass vote laws. Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge blitzes field for second straight Olympic marathon gold. Reputed mafia godmother arrested at Rome airport. Sheriff hails courage of woman accusing Andrew Cuomo of sexual misconduct. Dixie Fire, 8 missing in largest single wildfire in California history. Chibok schoolgirl freed in Nigeria 7 years after Boko Haram kidnap, governor says. Senate advances $1 trillion infrastructure package in key vote. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Biden praises Simone Biles, U.S. sportsmanship in virtual call with Olympians. Governor Cuomo could face possible misdemeanor, Albany County Sheriff. Fired officer who wounded unarmed black man won't be charged. Watch, dog rings bell after spotting bears in pool. Watch, residents watch wildfire rage as they evacuate Greek Island. Crime historian conducts dig for D.B. Cooper case evidence. Lynyrd Skynyrd guitarist's positive COVID test cancels shows. Kool and Gang co-founder Dennis Thomas dead at age 70. Indiana woman guilty of murder in stepdaughter slaying. California GOP nixes endorsement fight in Newsom recall. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Tokyo Olympics, Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge successfully defends Olympic marathon title. India teachers fight for period leave gathers steam. COVID in Sydney, communities feel under siege as troops deployed. Abba Kyari, the Nigerian super sleuth wanted in the U.S. Climate change, low-income countries can't keep up with impacts. Tokyo 2020, Olympic athletes targeted by false and misleading claims. Tokyo Olympics, capturing the perfect moment. Greece wildfires, PM describes nightmarish summer. Cuba allows small and medium-sized private businesses. Afghanistan war, should Burkina fall to Taliban, militants say. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. California Republicans skip endorsement fight in September recall election of Governor Gavin Newsom. Florida COVID patient shares experience of virus. California's Dixie Fire has burned nearly 700 square miles, larger than the size of New York City. Kool and Gang co-founder dies age 70. Today in history for August 8. A red sky and a road on fire, how this man barely survived California's Dixie Fire. Charred buildings, burned cars and an abandoned town, haunting photos of California wildfire aftermath. The day in pictures. Hospitals raising alarms as admissions spike, unvaccinated more vulnerable to COVID-19 reinfection, study says, latest COVID-19 updates. A massive motorcycle rally rumbles into South Dakota, attendees should stay outside, health experts say. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County reports more than 4,000 new coronavirus cases, attributed in part to increased testing. State GOP votes not to endorse a candidate in the recall race. Dixie Fire in Northern California injures 4 firefighters as crews scramble to protect homes. 1 man killed, 3 others wounded in Huntington Beach shooting, police say. Suspects arrested in killing of prominent Bank of America executive. San Francisco sheriff's deputies threaten to quit over COVID-19 vaccine mandate. How Simone Biles' bravery on mental health can help California heal from COVID-19. Wary of breakthrough infections, some vaccinated people eye another shot. Is it needed? Column, they're going door to door in what's answering vaccine questions, and it's working. As Dixie Fire tears through communities, some refuse evacuation orders with guns in hand. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, August 8, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. This is a big problem. The Taliban are storming prisons holding thousands of militants. Vaccine-resistant Lambda variant is in the U.S. Iraq suspends air travel to Belarus to curb human trafficking. Canada to welcome fully vaccinated Americans after deal to stop strike. Cuba's communist government has legalized small and medium-sized private businesses in the wake of mass anti-government protests last month. B-52s lead new U.S. air power onslaught to stop Taliban advances in Afghanistan. China pledges 2 billion vaccines globally through year's end. Tokyo covered up arrival of deadly new COVID variant just before the Olympics. Thousands of Lebanese protesters demand justice 1 year after Beirut blast. France 24. Olympic modern pentathlon coach kicked out of games for punching a horse. Egypt sends 2 Chinook helicopters to help in extinguishing Greek forest fire. Politics, Egypt. Germany's modern pentathlon coach kicked out of Olympics for punching a horse. Taliban removes Sikh flag from historically significant Gurdwara in Afghanistan's Paktia province. Taliban assassinates senior Afghan media official. The next headlines are from Forbes. Michael C. Hall tops John and the Hole and Dexter's return. Torn ACL ends New England Patriots linebacker Requin McMillan's roster push. Weather news is a rare media bright spot, at Fox, The Weather Channel, Twitter and more. Joe Rogan rants against COVID-19 vaccine passports, requirements. Florida sets new COVID case record for second straight day. Why some in the airline industry want to end the mask mandate on planes. Senate breaks filibuster for $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, setting stage for final vote. The Swarm, a great new French horror on Netflix. Familiar storylines play out for the skidding New York Mets, who no longer lead the NL East. Box office, Jungle Cruise plunges 67% on Friday as Black Widow tops F9. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,723,461,849 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Trevor Moore, comedian and co-founder of The Widest Kids You Know, dies at 41. Val Kilmer's kids Jack and Mercedes give update on their dad's health. He's doing really well. Modern Family star Julie Bowen rescues New Jersey woman who fainted on hike. The Suicide Squad star Joel Kinnaman granted restraining order against model who accuses him of rape. Anti-vaccine radio host encourages friends to get vaccinated before dying from COVID-19 complications. HBO Europe, Germany's streamer joint venture board law Karma match me title Trust Me exclusive. Dennis D.T. Thomas, co-founder of Kool and the Gang, dies at 70. James Gunn on the Suicide Squad's politics, getting fired by Disney and why he doesn't care about streaming. Skateboarding legend Tony Hawk ramps up success for kids in need. Bob Odenkirk gives recovery update after heart attack. I am doing great. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. German modern pentathlon coach disqualified for punching a horse. Kool and Gang co-founder Dennis D.T. Thomas has died at age 70. Amanda Knox, Stillwater movie repeats fiction pushed by Italian prosecutor. Barry, New York City's captivating and photogenic barred owl, has died. The Albany County Sheriff is investigating a criminal complaint against Governor Cuomo. Thousands protest against France's coronavirus health pass as stricter rules loom. The bipartisan infrastructure bill advances in the Senate. U.S. men win 4,400-meter relay and get the team's first track gold in Tokyo. As trusted voices, farmers could be key to boosting rural vaccination rates. Thousands are evacuated as fires rampage through forests in Greece. The following headlines are from the week. Senate breaks filibuster on bipartisan infrastructure bill. Republican strategist, GOP is the one thing working against itself ahead of 2022 elections. U.S. Embassy says its ability to assist extremely limited as it urges American citizens to flee Afghanistan. Why the Olympic bubble likely didn't become a melting pot of coronavirus variants. Education experts are deeply concerned about a plunge in kindergarten enrollment. Allison Felix is now the most decorated athlete in U.S. track and field history. 7 brutally funny cartoons about America's endless mask debate. Is the housing boom now a housing bubble? The retail apocalypse. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Starship is stacked on the Super Heavy booster, the tallest rocket ever built. Good news, red dwarfs blast their super flares out the poles, sparing their planets from destruction. Light pollution is making it harder for animals to find their way at night. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, August 8th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. The Teapot guides you to the Galactic Center. The next news is from Politico. J&J shot effective against Delta variant in large South Africa study. EU regulator, J&J coronavirus vaccine linked to low blood platelet cases. California GOP won't endorse a candidate in Newsom recall. Hirano more confident than usual on infrastructure and spending bills. Border guards resolve dispute with Canada poised to reopen to Americans. Senate infrastructure bill slowed in last lap by lone Republican. Slap in the face, lobbyists fume at Biden eviction reversal. Democrats spar over how to pass the Pennsylvania test. Opinion who Trump thinks is really to blame for the COVID surge. Powerful signal, Biden's infrastructure bill sends message to China. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Tokyo Olympics live, Boomer celebrate bronze, McDermott silver, one last chance for our cyclists. Australia COVID live updates, NSW record 262 new case and 1 death as Queensland lockdown lifts, Victoria records 11 new cases. Why scrapping gold medal predictions worked wonders for Australia in Tokyo. Australia's first drive-through vaccination hub to be set up in Melton, AZ jab now available to under 40s at state-run clinics. Good luck, doctors still discouraging younger patients from AstraZeneca vaccine. Lockdown to lift across Southeast QLD as Cairns enters 3-day lockdown. Donut days are good, but are vaccination rates better? NSW record 262 new cases, 1 death as front of outbreak moves into Penrith. Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge takes gold at men's marathon. Prince William and Kate share a photo of Princess Charlotte in nature. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Biden's latest eviction moratorium aims to protect renters, but also brings new level of uncertainty. The big move, I'm a single, high-earning 52-year-old looking for a more stable lifestyle. Am I too old to buy a home? Chinese state media called video games spiritual opium. Kids today should play pinball. Yes, pinball. Dispatches from a pandemic. I traveled overseas as the Delta variant of COVID-19 surged. Here's what I wish I knew before my trip. If your employer fires you because you won't get the COVID vaccine, don't expect to collect unemployment. The moneyest, my shifty husband keeps our $3.50 property business in his name only. I don't want to get kicked out if he should die. My girlfriend has $20 million. I'm worth $1 million. Should she pay for big ticket items like her engagement ring and our honeymoon? The moneyest, my husband and I are divorcing. I brought $35K into the marriage. He wants me to subtract that money from our home's equity. I say split the equity first. Michael Sincere's long-term trader, why many stock investors worry when this market indicator gets as high as it is now. Brett Aaron's is raw, get rich, live longer. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Leicester, patents need shoring up to protect U.S. innovation, Boston Herald. Humanizing technology, back to basics on taboos and AI as inventors, IPWatchdog.com. If machines can be inventors, could AI soon monopolize technology? Stuff magazines. A September clear in Salt Lake City with Dennis, me, and other important people, Patent Leo. COVID vaccines, where does India truly stand on the TRIPS waiver? The Wire Science. The next headlines are from Quartz. How squirrels can help us create better robots. Could art be an Olympic sport? By failing to prioritize education, the Modi government is putting India's future at stake. Weekend Brief, the case for more mandates. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, August 1st 7th. CCO of Activision Blizzard busy blocking everyone, including employees, on Twitter amid fair employment lawsuit. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Ed Aaron James. Dogecoin. Trevor Moore. Boxing Olympics. Patty Mills. Sturgis, South Dakota Motorcycle Rally. Community Shield. UFC 265. Devin Booker. Pentathlon. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Youth vaccine giveaway, DC Mayor dangles free Apple AirPods to encourage teen vaccinations. Wrong neighborhood, British bat killed by Russian cat, putting tragic end to record-breaking 2,000 km trip from London to Pskov. U.S. sends B-52 bombers to Afghanistan in bid to stop Taliban offensive, as strategic city of Kunduz sees militant centering. Watch, Russian bombers and Spetsnaz train in Afghan border drills with Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, as Taliban advances, videos. Like doping or bribery, judges must have picked Israeli gymnast as winner before final, legendary Russian coach tells RT. Here we go, Chelsea deal for Lukaku confirmed as Abramovich to pay almost $100 million for Belgian star. I still need my head, Dagestani wrestling sensation Sadaleev not planning MMA switch after becoming double Olympic champ. Taliban captures second Afghan provincial capital in as many days, after withdrawal of U.S. troops, reports. Thousands protest across France over migrants' COVID-19 health pass and mandatory vaccination, videos. U.S. oil consumption dropped to 25-year low in 2020. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Trust the science, they said. Emerging markets hit 20-year low against S&P, waiting for a cathartic event. New identity authentication requirement for unemployment spreads across the country. Does the Tuskegee experiment really explain black vaccination rates? Did the CDC director just accidentally admit that vaccination passports are futile? Activity on dating apps hits record high in July. After Russi agate, why wouldn't people be skeptical about COVID? California judge rules Newsom can blame Republicans and Trump supporters for recall. Chinese city offers $15,000 reward for snitching on gatherings. Facing fraud charges for lying about nearly all aspects of Nikola, Trevor Milton hires Elon Musk's lawyers. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Nicaragua's upcoming election has lost all credibility, U.S. says. At least 8 missing as historic California wildfire rages. Hezbollah will retaliate to any Israeli attacks, Nasrallah warns. Migrants stranded in northern Colombia struggling to survive. Kabul blast claimed by Taliban kills Afghan Air Force pilot. Haiti, many questions, few answers 1 month after Moses killing. U.S. Senate vote advances Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Argentinians protest for more jobs, food amid economic crisis. U.S. now averaging 100,000 daily COVID infections as Delta surges. How will Thailand respond to calls for reform? The next headlines are from Breitbart. Bill Maher tells Lee's Andrew Cuomo to resign, they're going to impeach him if he doesn't leave. Exclusive photos, Texas border crisis turns hotels into COVID quarantine centers. Nolte, Waikato Olympic viewership hits 2 record lows, 2 nights in a row. Marsha Blackburn, the left likes lockdowns, they would like to have a permanent pandemic. Hollywood celebrities descend on Martha's Vineyard for Barack Obama's birthday bash. Report, Subway franchisees pressure company to nix Megan Rapinoe from ads. Nicaraguan cardinal, governments pass, but the church remains. Multiculturalist liberals hate Hungary for being a pro-borders, traditional values success, Orban. Brooks, lack of women at the top of factor in Cuomo's behavior continuing as long as it did. White House refuses to endorse vaccine mandate for migrants released into U.S. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Life-saving treatment for heart attacks discovered inside protein of deadly spider venom. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. NASA helps firefighters by sending pics from International Space Station to show key spots of moving wildfires. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, August 8th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Trump-appointed Department of Justice official claimed Chinese thermostats changed votes, reports say. IKEA loyal customers can now win a candle that smells like its famous meatballs. Missouri taxi company refuses vaccinated, masked customers. Karate unconscious Ganjide gets killed as opponent disqualified. I want to go home to my family, husband involved in Oklahoma castration case pleads guilty. A Russian influencer who drove a Bentley with his girlfriend tied to the roof in a viral video is under investigation, agency says. A loose venomous cobra is terrorizing this Texas suburb. Bat killed by cat after record 1,200-mile journey. Queensland crocodile attack, 2 army personnel mauled north of Lockhart River, soldier in his 20s, who was swimming in croc-infested waters, and friend who went to help, suffer serious injuries. Mechanic customizes car to shoot flames from headlights. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Shave hours off your writing time with the Writer AI writing tool. How I'm training to become Australia's first woman astronaut. Is the cookie web tracker dying? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, August 8th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Molly Davis, Utah will soon allow some lower-level crimes to be cleared from the record. Air quality remains poor as West Coast smoke continues to linger over much of Utah. Hundreds of USU students scrambling for housing after developer fails to finish complex. Robert Garrick has the story. Boater drowns in Lake Powell after jumping in to help his kids. Investigation stalls into racist graffiti found in Logan. University of Utah Xavier Carlton, then filling her vine to fill hole left by Max's toupee's absence. Joe Ingles wins bronze, as Australia captures elusive Olympic medal in men's hoops. David Brooks, Joe Biden stands for the idea that our system can work. Alex Azar, I was the architect of Operation Warp Speed. The vaccines are safe and they work. National Park Service struggles to keep boat ramps open as Lake Powell hits historic low. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Why a waste coal power plant is burning for Bitcoin. 350 fake social media accounts found pushing pro-China propaganda. Russia may be spreading vaccine misinformation to undermine efforts to immunize people. Linux Trace Toolkit Next Generation 2.13 facilitates quick reaction to kernel user space instrumentation hits. Are the ultra-wealthy renouncing U.S. citizenship to avoid taxes? Researchers discover three-way cyber attack by Chinese military actors against Southeast Asian telcos. How a security researcher took over a hotel's IoT devices. U.S. developers' workstation exposed State Department's network data, researchers find. NASA's Mars rover fails to collect its first sample. Elasticsearch keeps fighting open source fork by Amazon Oz. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis police investigate fatal car crash, 3 juveniles taken into custody. Illinois National Guard airman dies in car crash. Missouri's tax-free weekend for back-to-school supplies runs through Sunday, August 8. 1 dead after multi-vehicle crash early Saturday morning. Family of dead Farmington teen find new cause of death in second autopsy. Babies now testing positive for COVID-19, health expert says. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Some businesses find themselves in violation of outdoor dining regulations. Brush fire breaks out in Lakeside after reported power outage. Photos, top images from the 2020 Tokyo Games. Woman drives off cliff in California after stranger mistakenly opens car door. Woman suspected of running red light, killing pedestrian. Dry, seasonal weather to prevail this weekend in San Diego County. San Diego County still seeing spike in infections as 1,387 new cases reported. California GOP will not endorse candidate for recall election. Horse dies after falling on way to racetrack at Del Mar. News now, COVID surge, August heat wave in San Diego at the Olympics. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, August 8, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Girl dies after losing control of her bike in San Jose. CA order will limit hospital visitors to vaccinated or those with a negative COVID-19 test. Britney Spears' father says no grounds for his removal. Biden praises Olympians for inspiring Americans with courage. U.S. averaging 100,000 new COVID-19 cases per day. Kool and Gang co-founder Dennis D.T. Thomas dead at 70. Live map, Bay Area air quality advisory extended. Police shoot armed 13-year-old who falsely claimed he killed 3 people, officials. Sheriff's Union opposes mandatory vaccines for San Francisco deputies. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. E. coli outbreak possibly linked to Portillo's in Glendale Heights, warn health officials. Police, attack on woman that ended in Streamwood cul-de-sac began as argument in store. Magic, music, bubbles and tea time delight visitors to World of Fairies Festival. Rusty Rodeo nets invasive crayfish on Fox River. $1 trillion infrastructure deal moves one step closer to passage. Former Harper College professor who ran against Phil Crane dies at 84. Constable, Roselle Dean dazzles with gorgeous astronomy images. Why Thomas Jefferson's name was removed from suburban school building. Schaumburg adopts new hotel rules in response to local, regional rise in crime. Police seek help locating missing Cary teenager. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Mirini 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Kevin 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Lupa 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Nita 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Jemina 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Chad, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Hungary, Italy, Montenegro, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, Slovakia, San Marino. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, August 8th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Baytown woman allegedly faked her entire pregnancy before going missing on her due date. Family searching for missing Baytown woman who's 40 weeks pregnant with twins. We're very worried. United Airlines boosts travel to England with new daily flights from Houston. Kool and Gang co-founder Dennis Thomas dies at age 70. Hot and humid with afternoon storms, a classic Houston summer pattern. 5 children under 10 left home alone die in East St. Louis fire. George Bush Presidential Library and Museum to close due to COVID spike in Brazos County. Authorities offering reward for Galleria gunman after officer involved shooting inside the mall. Deshaun Watson sex assault cases highlight concerns amid Me Too. Firefighters on front lines of Dixie Fire don't know if their own homes still stand. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Jonathan Shoup, Tigers reach $15 M deal covering 2022-23. Sinner, 19, beats Brooksby, 20, to reach final in Washington. Olsen, A's romp 12-3, hand Rangers 13th straight road loss. Ty Gibbs wins Finity race at Watkins Glen. Captain Corey win $1 million Hambletonian for Aix Vanstedt. Kenya's Kipchoge dominates, defends Olympic marathon title. After 2 stressful weeks, new Dodgers if Tree Turner ready. Miller hits 2 hours, Phillies hold off Mets for 7th straight. Olympic latest, on-track cycling official stretchered off. Serbia beats South Korea for women's volleyball bronze. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, finding treasure inside Manhattan's mountains of garbage. NYC reaches tentative deal with FDNYM's unions to raise pay. Albany sheriff says criminal probe into complaint against Governor Cuomo could lead to arrest. NYC bird lovers mourn loss of popular barred owl killed in Central Park. Unofficial manual recount tally shows Democratic Socialist beating incumbent for Harlem Council seat. September reopening, more city employers postpone their return to the office. NYC ramps up youth vaccination efforts ahead of first day of public school. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Cyprus communities weaving closer ties through UN-backed project. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. FBI busts international plot to take out Myanmar's UN ambassador in New York. Time to end another failed California gun control law. With only 330 million Americans in existence, Biden says U.S. has vaccinated 350 million. UK Transport Minister says vaccines will be needed for travel forevermore. Facebook-funded researchers and the New York Times team up to attack Gab. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Netflix announce official release date for Stranger Things Season 4? Did Bill Gates say meeting Jeffrey Epstein was a huge mistake? Some in U.S. getting COVID-19 boosters without FDA approval. Did Apple say it would scan iPhones for child sexual abuse imagery? No, Bill Clinton was not forced to apologize for Stranger Things experiments. Fires rampage through forests in Greece, thousands evacuated. Did study find coronavirus antibodies in 40% of U.S. wild deer populations? U.S. now averaging 100,000 new COVID-19 infections a day. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. COVID-19, the bear, and Simone, oh my, the wildest moments of the weirdest Olympics in history. Anti-vax radio host who called Fauci a power-tripping lying freak dies of COVID. Barack Obama is having a weird COVID birthday, too. Olympic chief's deep ties to UIR slave labor revealed. This non-toxic sunscreen is my new favorite. Why the Suicide Squad cop-out ending betrays its rebel heart. How R. Kelly preyed on and controlled an underage Aaliyah. Medical device sales reps sell faulty implants, lawsuits say. I run a 24-hour daycare. Biden called us essential workers. Where's the money he promised us? Planning a Canada visit with border open, here's what to expect. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Andrew Cuomo's lawyer says he may have touched state troopers' back. Neighbors called cops on black realtor showing home to black dad, son. Designer spider dress melds fashion with tech to enforce social distancing. Comedian Trevor Moore, of the Widest Kids You Know fame, dead at age 41. Brandon Knight looks to make case to Nets during Summer League. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. To Ice Age cave lion cubs discovered in Russia. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Welcome to the 5-ring Tokyo Circus, delayed Olympics depart Japan with no live cheers, plenty of intrigue. Cuomo trashed Trump for years, but critics, including Democrats, say they're cut from the same cloth. NY's last 2 governors were also scandal-plagued. Albany sheriff discusses criminal complaint against Governor Cuomo in wake of groping allegation. NASA asking for volunteers to live on Mars for a year. Snickers pulls ad slammed as homophobic in Spain following widespread outrage, apologizes for misunderstanding. 1 dead, 1 critically wounded during shooting near Coors Field in Denver. Weekend of fear looms for Californians in face of massive wildfire. Remains inside car discovered by divers could belong to New Hampshire woman missing since 1978. Some in U.S. getting COVID-19 boosters without FDA approval. The following headlines are from military.com. Tigray forces vow warm welcome in face of new offensive. Poor weather hampers crash victim recovery efforts in Alaska. Army to court-martial 82nd Airborne paratrooper involved in deadly Syrian firefight last year. 2 charged in plot to harm or kill Myanmar ambassador to UN. The story behind the Air Force Chief of Staff's kicking butt recruiting ad. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Man, 71, charged in stabbing of 85-year-old landlord. Corrections and clarifications. Injured 4-year-old among 3 dead, 3 wounded in separate incidents on South, West sides, including a shooting on Dan Ryan. City officials moved to fire Chicago police officer in fatal 2018 shooting of 24-year-old Maurice Granton. 5 dead, at least 20 wounded, including a 4-year-old girl, in city shooting since Friday afternoon, police say. Man drowns while saving girl in Chino Lakes. Illinois health authorities investigating possible E. coli outbreak from suburban Portillo's. Naperville 203 Teachers Union says strike possible if contract settlement not reached before a first day of school. Sox and Yankees to meet on Field of Dreams farm. In recognition of the nuances of gender identity, some suburbs remove decades-old laws that banned clothing deemed improper. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Whale dies 3 months after move from Canada to Connecticut. Mars rover comes up empty in first try at getting rock sample. Want to pretend to live on Mars for a whole year? Apply now. Wildfires endanger villages, fuel site, in Russia's Siberia. Huge California wildfire grows, but weather helps firefighters. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, August 8th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How does captivity affect wild animals? It's not rude, slurping makes food taste better. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Virus surge sends ripples of alarm through Democrats. YouTube yanked public meeting videos over COVID misinformation, now it's backtracking. How Dylan Morris earned a second season as the UW Huskies starting quarterback. Jamal Adams wants to be the NFL's highest paid safety. Should the Seahawks pay that much? Skank takes 4-point lead in Smoky Barracuda Championship. Pizza and wings rally as takeout on the couch is here to stay. They wait hours to withdraw cash, but most ATMs are empty. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. San Jose, young victim in fatal bicycle crash. Historic Olympic repeat for Kenyan marathoner Eliud Kipchoge. Hurry up and wait in the Senate on infrastructure. Assemblymember Lorena Gonzalez announces breast cancer diagnosis. A's bat around in 2 innings, scored 12 runs in rout of Texas Rangers. Petaluma police investigate double stabbing downtown. Man shot while trying to stop Oakland Chinatown robbery. San Leandro, passenger killed after DUI suspect crashes at I-880 off-ramp. Hayward, CHP arrests suspected driver in fatal hit-and-run I-880 crash. Activist Dolores Huerta welcomes new San Jose schools, pushing progressive education. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Bill Hagerty vows to delay passage of $1.20 infrastructure bill until robust debate can happen. Mike Lindell, MyPillow CEO, delegates from 45 states to attend 2020 election cyber symposium. Dr. Fauci, more local vaccine mandates likely once COVID-19 shots receive full approval from FDA. State Department denies John Kerry flew privately for Obama's party. Live Nation letting artists require concert-goers to show proof of vaccination or negative test. California GOP squashes endorsement fight in Gavin Newsom recall. Dennis D.T. Thomas, Kool and Gang co-founder, dies at 70. Democratic lawmaker tests positive for COVID-19, despite being vaccinated. McConnell calls on Biden to withdraw misguided nomination of Chipman to lead ATF. Biden makes last-minute push for infrastructure bill as Senate vote looms. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Minnesota law enforcement agency blocks release of public records about surveilling pipeline opponents. Secret donors to nonprofit pushing Trump's big lie election conspiracy revealed. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, August 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Former Bears Jimbo Covert takes his place in Pro Football Hall of Fame. Omar Vizquel accused of sexual harassment while with White Sox Double-A team. 4 injured, 3 critically, in West Side shooting. Carlos Rodon bounces back to stymie Cubs with 11 strikeouts. Top cop recommends firing Chicago police officer who fatally shot apparently unarmed man in 2018. 12-year-old boy missing from Austin. Cubs Adbert Alzolay continuing to show growth as rookie season rolls on. Roquan Smith added to Bears' growing injury list. Luis Robert expected to rejoin White Sox this week. David Ross relying on catcher Wilson Contreras to lead Cubs' young group. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Pandemic hit parents shift kids from PVT to civic schools. Afghan deployment plea by 30 ITBP troopers junked. Casteist slur on Ollie Star's chin, NATO-level hockey player held. Launch of Advanced Eye in the Sky JSAT 1 on August 12. J&J single-dose COVID vax gets emergency use nod. Youth Akali leader shot dead in Mohali. Milkha would have been very proud of Neeraj today, PT Usha. Tokyo Olympics, Neeraj's historic win propels India to record medal haul. Amazon sale, 10 smart toys for kids. COVID live, shops in Kerala malls can open from August 11th. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, August 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Athletes enter Faustian bargain over track and shoe tech developments, CNN. TN, latest lie. Eliud Kipchoge, marathon world record holder has the qualities of an ascetic monk, CNN. Best in the world, athletes react to setting new records, KTVZ. Olympic world records broken in 2021, the science behind the spectacle, inverse. Top 10, deepest free diving world records, BBC Science Focus magazine. Watch all the world record swims from the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, SwimSwam. Elon Musk's SpaceX has broken the world record for the tallest rocket, Tweaktown. Javelin world record holder Justin Fuangsovan aiming for gold at Paralympics in Tokyo, the San Diego Union Tribune. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Wildfires continue to rage across Greece, cutting island in half and forcing thousands to flee. Google is signing out free Hangouts users on mobile, gets closer to finally killing the thing. The Rock and Kevin Feige spoke about the MCU this one time. FCC finally debuts an up-to-date mobile broadband map of the U.S. How Jungle Cruise producers built a cinematic world for a theme park ride. Stranger Things, our spin-off series The Future of the Upside Down? Netflix's Addams Family spin-off Wednesday adds comedian Luis Guzman as Gomez Addams. Duximity, a LinkedIn for doctors, is apparently rampant with vaccine misinformation. Even Google thinks side-loading apps on Android is a horrible experience. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Colinas do Tocantins in Brazil at 120.92 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Cononepin at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Review: James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is like The Boys on steroids. Researchers announce the smallest exoplanet discovered yet. Deep dive into stupid, meet the growing group that rejects germ theory. The 2021 Audi SQ5 Sportback, cool looks, but it drinks too much. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump tells Fox News that his upset loss in a Texas election was actually a tremendous win. Huge infrastructure bill backed by Biden passes key hurdle. Republican Paul Gosar blasts Kevin McCarthy and RNC chairwoman, for the love of everything holy. GOP senator debunks infrastructure misinformation, critical race theory is not in this bill. Conspiracy mentality among voters is undermining social trust, and it may destroy America, expert. We lost everything, residents reel as California's Dixie Fire grows to historic proportions. Trump praised Hitler's economic miracle, and that's even worse than it sounds. CNN anchor suggests naming new COVID variants after GOP governors, we could sell beer koozies. Acting AG testified about Trump's election interference, Neil Katyal wants transcripts released ASAP. Trump's acting AG testified about White House attempts to overturn the election, NIT. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The U.S. is a failed COVID state. The first guilty pleas come down in January 6th insurrection cases. The world is on fire, and it's only going to get worse as climate keeps changing. Congress is finally getting serious about regulating forever chemicals. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. What would you say to an alien if you had the chance? YP. NASA Mars rover fails to collect rock in search of alien life. Hindustan Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Increased channel activity of N-methyl diaspartate receptors JPR, Dove Medical Press. Study uncovers link between corticosteroid receptors and ciliary, neuroplasticity genes in the brain, newsmedical.net. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, August 8, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Expert, Dr. Alan Hynek urges probe of UFOs. UFO Chronicle 1974. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, August 8, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.